pull it and nothing happens. There we go. Welcome back to the channel and to another video on the Fiat Barchetta. Just want to say a big thank you for all your comments, much appreciated. I try and reply to them all. Also, thanks for your help and advice. Sometimes I put out a little request on here or on Instagram if I'm a bit stuck, and you always come back with some good advice. You never let me down, so thanks for that as well. Right, today's video, an absolute must for all Barchetta owners, so you're not going to want to miss out. So don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy the video, and also subscribe to the channel. Right, let's crack on. So one of the many things us Barchetta owners love about the car is this design. You've got this rear end where you've got the boot with no catch or button to open it, which just makes the shape look amazing. So to get the boot open, as you all know, or maybe you don't if you don't own one, you pull this little lever here and that makes the boot pop open, which is great. But what if that lever stops working? You go to pull it and nothing happens. There's no other way to get into the boot. So in today's video, we're going to be making a backup. We're going to run a line or cable from the catch in here, all the way along, through the panel here, and out maybe here or somewhere here. So if this lever fails, so you pull the backup cable here and the boot will pop open. Well, that's the idea. Right, let's crack on. Okay, our first task is to get this panel off so we can see the whole of the boot lock and look at the best place to put our cable. Right, so the two middle screws are the longer ones, and the two outside ones, they're the short screws. Right, let's lift this off. There we go. Okay, so here's our boot lock. What I'll do, I'll pull the lever so you can see how it works. Right, so the plan is to fit something around there so that when it's pulled, it bypasses the wire for the normal lever and will open the lock. So I've got a cable tie here. So the plan is to put it on there, wrap it around, then thread a wire through it, and then pulling that wire, that fishing line, wire, cable, whatever you want to use, we'll pull this and the boot will pop open. So this bit's really important. We don't want to go to all this trouble and then for it all to fail the first time we try and use it. So we need to get the right sort of cable and the right sort of tie or connection on the bottom of the boot lock. So I'm going to use a strong cable tie, but you've got to bear in mind that once the cable tie is wrapped round, if you pull pulling on it with a wire, then you don't want the wire to sort of cut through the plastic cable tie. So bear that in mind when you sort of choose which one you're going to use. Or I suppose you could use something that's metal, more wire wrapped round, but that's up to you. So that's what I'm going to use. And then for the cable that you're going to pull on, I did try just normal fishing line first. I'm not a fisherman, so I don't know sort of the correct terms, but I think this is sort of nylon. It's quite a good strength, but when you do pull on it, it stretches, which is no good because you're there pulling on the lock to try and open it and your cable's just stretching and it's not done anything. So what I used in the end was braided fishing line, which is much stronger, doesn't stretch, you can pull on it, it won't snap, unless you sort of put it really hard, but you'd have to be pretty strong to do that. So the one I've used is 0.5 millimeter in diameter, and I think it takes about 100 pounds of pressure. I'm not sure what that is in kilograms, but anyway, it's very strong. You can always double it up as well if you want, so that when you pull it you get that sort of extra bit of strength as well. Right, let's crack on. So I'm going to use a cable tie and I'm going to put it around the actual boot lock itself. We don't want to put it on the wire in case the wire snaps and causes our problem. So I'm going to put it on the boot lock. Just going to try and feed it through there. It's a little bit fiddly. There we go. Just going to tighten that up. Not too much for now because I want to leave room to thread the fishing line through there. So our cable tie is fitted to the boot lock. Next we need to work out where our emergency boot release cable is going to go. There's no point it going this side, because if you pull on the cable or wire, all you're doing is pulling the lock even more closed. So it needs to go off in this direction. So let's work out where it's going to go. So we know our line needs to go in this direction. So what I think I'll do is run it along inside the boot initially here, then up under the boot rubber, along in this channel between the hinge and the bodywork, and then through. Then I'll shut the boot, open the convertible top cover here and run it through there. Well, that's the plan. Let's give it a go. So here's the two ends of our line. I'm just going to tie them together. Okay, so I'll slip the other end through the cable tie. So I'm going to open that up and push the other end through there like that. Then you can pull it tight. I'll probably just go through again, just to give it a bit of extra strength. There we go. So if we pull on that, there's our boot lock opening up. So I'll just tighten this up. Okay, there we go. Alright, I need to work out how much length of cord cable I need. I think I'll double up just to give it a bit of extra strength. So I'll just measure from the boot lock here, roughly up to here. That's roughly the right length. And then I can double this up and I'll have the length I need for the emergency boot release cable. So here's our fishing line here. So I think what I'll do, I'll put it underneath the rubber here. Now that is quite sharp, so obviously if this is going to be used multiple times, there's a chance it could fray and sort of cut through, but it's an emergency cable that we're going to use once, if ever. So it should be okay under there just for now. Unless obviously you want to feed it through inside the boot yourself, but for ease of use, this should do the trick. Let's put that rubber back down there. So even with the rubber on the core, on the cable, it still moves the boot lock. So we just need to run it through here now between the boot seal and the bodywork. I mean, you could put a bit of tape on there to keep it in place if you want, that's up to you. The tape's not going to stop the force of the cable being pulled. So we'll leave that there, we'll close the boot now, and then we'll run it up underneath the soft top cover. And what we can do now is we'll close the boot. And there's our cable here. So we'll lift this up next. Right, let's get the soft top cover open, then we can decide exactly where we're going to leave our cable. So again, if you've not got one of these, then there's the lever for the boot, and this other lever here opens that cover. So if I pull that, that pops open. There we go. Right, so we've got to look for the best place to put this where it's not going to interfere with anything. I think if I put it too far this way, there's a chance it could interfere with the cover. You could run it, I suppose, in here and tuck it out the way, but then obviously you have to rely on being able to open this. By the way, if you didn't know, that's where your paint code is there on that sticker. Anyway, so you could put it here, or another option, which I think I'm going to do, is I'm just going to leave it there with a little bit of extra cord there, and that shouldn't interfere with anything. But one thing you might want to do as well is put perhaps a sort of slip ring or another cable tie around the end of your cord or your string, because when you pull it, if you've got to pull it hard, it's going to cut into you. So maybe sort of attach something else to the end of it. But I think I'm going to put mine there. And I'll fix a little ring to the end, and then it can just sit there. That's not going to interfere with the soft top, because that will go around it. Alright, let's try that. Alright, I've got my little slip ring here. I'm just going to tie the cable around it and throw it. Probably leave it about there, I think. Alright, I'll just cut off the excess. Okay, let's close everything up and then we'll give it a try. Right, so this is the moment of truth. Let's give it a try, see if it works. Right, what I'm going to do is pop up the convertible cover first. There's our cable there, but I'm not going to pull it from here because I'm not going to get enough force to pull the boot lock open, I don't think, so I'm going to just let the wire come out here and we'll pull it from there. So I'm going to close the convertible cover top. Alright, let's give this a pull, and in theory I've put a little ring on it there, it should pop open. There we go. Job done. Well, that's a wrap, it worked. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the next episode, I think we'll either do the shock absorbers or perhaps the convertible top itself, which needs repairing. The glass needs repairing, and also there's a hole in the roof. So keep watching, and I'll see you next time.